Welcome, welcome. My name's Solange Ellen and we're here on Nudgery Country. I'm here with Aunty Sandy, who's just back from her big adventure to Canberra. She's going to give us a little bit of an update on how it all went and yeah, what's going on the ground over there, Sandy.
Yes, hi everybody. Very, very interesting. It's been 4 days, 2 days travelling and 3 days at the camp at Canberra. But we met with a really great bunch. We were really welcomed and the camp was set up great and didn't know what to expect. I had a couple of queries with the two sovereign people that were there. One was the 50-year one, who are saying they're the original ones, and then of course there's Bruce Shillingworth and his group there with the People's Treaty, which is why I joined with Solly, to just find out how this movement is going to be, and also about the transition stage. So there was supposed to be initiation, but there was a big one on the Saturday, but James and I decided, we just had a feeling that we needed to go on the Wednesday, because we both thought there's a bit of support that's needed. So we left early Wednesday morning and arrived Wednesday night. I had my little tent and he had his tent. It was dark and both of us don't know how to put up a tent, so you can imagine it was an eye-opener that people were so friendly and there was an extra tent. So we said, oh, that's good. So we crashed and then got up Thursday. Now, this is the funny thing was that there probably was about just before lunch, we noticed a lot of police starting to gather down the end of the other street. And we went and checked it out. And so a few people out there doing, getting their cameras and ready. So I just intuitively thought, I do healing. It's like this. It's worked before, so anyone can do it. It's your intent that does it. So I saw this police officer lady. I found out she's the detective sergeant, and she was there with 12 policemen were following or surrounding her. So I just went from the other side of the road, and because I wasn't initiated, and because I'm an elder, I thought, oh my God, I'm doing my own, I need a protocol, but there was no one there. So I thought, I'll just trust my intuition. So I followed them around, and I don't know whether they thought I was waving at them, but they were pretty stiff and solid. So they were following her around and they stopped just across, and there was a parkland there with about 3 tents on it. So I wandered over and I said, oh, hello, I'm Sandy, Aunty Sandy, what's going on here? Is this a raid? And the detective sergeant said to me, we want that camp moved over to where you people are. And I thought, oh my God, that's good. So I said, oh yeah, that's okay. We'll get that organised and you'll have a half an hour. Okay, a half an hour. And I said, oh, I don't think there's even anyone there. That's a bit sharp, isn't it? So there was the policemen around, and I just said, hey, you're a witness that we've got half an hour to do this. So I went off, and in that meantime, the men had come and served them with papers. So that was all good. I just felt that my healing does, it sort of softens a blow. One woman said, oh, did you put a curse? I said, oh, I'm a healer, that we don't go there. We have to handle this in a peace way, and we have to try and be as peaceful as we can. Okay, otherwise nothing's going to happen. It will be one force taking over another force, and this is the new order, new age of Aquarius, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, so I went back and I thought, oh well, that's good. The men can take over. That's their job. And anyway, I came back just to see what's going on. And there's a whole line of police with their masks on. and there apparently ended up 150 police coming. So it wasn't just, I thought this is not just about getting that, shifting that little camp. There was I think there was a plan to get people worked up, and then she said we are going to start arrests after the half an hour. So all they were all lined up, and my friend Kim, and and they'd started packing. So we just said, can we go through? And they said, what do you want to do? And I said, well, we're helping. You know, we only got half an hour. That lady over there said we only got half an hour. So we've got to get moving. So they said, yeah, let these people through. So we went through and helped, and the police were really good. Spoke to a young woman, and she just was amazing. And so we were talking through a mask, and I was carrying a heavy water container. She said, no, that's too heavy for you. And I thought, oh, that's nice. So and we're here not to aggravate people. We're here that they understand, you know, what we're about and what we're doing. So and then going back, it was good because the guy was taping, and he said, what happened over there? I said, oh, well, just a quick thing. She's the detective said is giving us half an hour, and we've got to get these things shifted over. But when I went through, she said, you've got 15 minutes. And I said, oh, well, I reckon we had more than that, but that's okay. So 15 minutes, and everyone was shifting. So that foiled her, the 150 police. It definitely wasn't there to shift 3/10. So with us complying and shifting it, she then, they had the form of line, and then the protesters were saying why we're needing this. You police are a corporation, you know, and they were really delving into what was happening and why they wanted to change. And the police were okay. They just stayed there, and everyone sort of had their go and just their say. But later on, and then I saw Bruce. I had to go the next morning and just say, look, I'm sorry. I don't know whether I stepped the protocol, but you had sorry business. We learnt that in the morning. And so I hope you don't mind that that's what I did, and everything sort of worked out okay. So it's very important that we follow protocol, especially me being white. And I think what has happened is the respect for elders. But what I found out with the younger ones, and with a family affair, the younger ones are carrying the genetic DNA and the cellular memory of what their parents and grandparents have gone through. Now, I feel that I'm a trigger, just like I felt my great granddad was a trigger, and we are looked up as privileged. And I stood firm with the debates that went on, but there were words crossed with me saying that you please respect Bruce and Uncle Albert, who had to actually leave because of the situation between our people. Now that is not good, but I'm going to get a positive message out there that the younger ones, please respect the elders. Now, I know you said the elders need to be respected first. They need to earn respect, and I get that. So, but please, you know, give me a go, because I've come from another state, and I wanted to find out, and I did go the right protocol with Bruce and his wife. They both said, you go over there and find out and get your own evidence. And I was sort of attacked for that, because the younger one said that we've dealt with that, but apparently it hadn't been dealt with. So, and that shouldn't have been brought up in the bigger meeting. So that's all I want to say about this, is that we need to go in with peace and with the real intent on there are procedures, and you people out there, you have to be awake. You really have to know. Our children are in dire straits. I had a young mother there, very privileged, Lebanese background, but she fitted in really well. And I said, you are a great role model. You've brought your children out here. Get rid of the, you know, phones. And she said she camped along the way, and I loved it because she said, okay, you kids go get the wood. We're going to have a fire. If you don't get the wood, we don't have a fire, we don't eat. And I said that was tough love. And we had birds actually animating her story. So we had totems, and it was just mind-boggling, you know, and it was so, it just gave me heart. But I just feel I'm going to have 4 days off. You know, I really have to have 4 days off. I couldn't even get in touch with my own family, and I know, and Solly here is looking after my cat, and
Me and Charlie, they get along great.
I know, and you know, he didn't even want to know me. He went when I came home, so I said, "Oh, that's good. I'm going to have a bit of a rest from you." But truly, it was worth the drive, and it just inspired me to see how strong this connection is, and how the police did back off, and they're all just needing a bit of education, and a lot of them are ignorant, but a lot of them know. But a lot of you, they've got to get the jab, they've got to you know, conform to stuff that they don't really, they know what's going on, but they don't want to stand up. So please try and be strong, and come forward. And I've got a few people that I said, oh, that's a great way that you've got strength, and just handed it, that I said, the people like us that are strong here mentally, physically and spiritually with the MeWe, we're like a complete jigsaw. And I said, this is good, because I did healing through storytelling, yarning, instead of a counsellor, which is nothing. Storytelling, yarning, and listening to their stories, and then able to like move forward with confidence, and that person that you're talking to and saying, no, I don't need this. I am a sovereign person of this land, and there's so many great skills that you can do, and once you get them down pat, but you need the confidence, and you need the right intent to put your whole self, your whole jigsaw, you've got all your pieces together. When you say it with strength, those people that you're talking to have only got these bits of the jigsaw, because they haven't filled in their whole soul, their whole mental and spiritual connection. So they fold. I've seen it so many times. You approach them, and like I approached the you know, she didn't know how to handle me. She thought I was going to go up and go, oh, what are you doing here? And just say, hey, you know, and then they get lost for words. It was amazing. So just please be confident and get to know your rights, you know, and then stand up. Our kids are getting, do you know what's in those injections? They're now doing, you know, TGA are now allowing vaccine, PGY limited in, and the mice, they're blood-sucking insects. They're going to be they are injecting them into the COVID. So blood-sucking insects, DNA, I don't know. Go and check it out, okay? That's all I've got to say. I'm having a rest, so please don't read, don't phone, don't see me on Facebook, okay? I'll be back next week.
A well-earned rest, Aunty Sandy. Thank you.
Thank you. Knocking.